So the test we wrote to search Google was, for the most part, very straightforward, but it would be nice if we could write our test code in a way that's a little cleaner and resemble the way a user would actually interact with our application. So what we can use is the Cypress testing library that would give us a set of methods that we can use to select our elements in ways that resemble the way an actual user would interact with the web page. Install the following module into your project. So the first thing that we want to do is go inside of one of the Cypress folders called support and go down to index and scroll down to the bottom and add an import testing Cypress /add commands. And this is going to extend the Cypress commands with the Cypress testing library commands. So we'll save that. And then the last thing that we want to do is, if you needed to create a JSON file to help with IntelliSense, then we can add in the Cypress testing library inside of this file. So we'll just add a comma here, paste in this snippet, and I'll save it and I'll format it. So you will add that line to your jsconfig.json. Now that we have this tool in place, we can clean up our tests. So the first thing I'll do is remove the code here, because that was just for demonstration purposes. You don't actually need to have that code inside of your spec file. And so now what I'll do is, instead of having this code here, which I had to actually think about what we were doing, we were selecting the input and then typing Iron Man and then hitting enter. I can change this code here, and I can select the input just like a user would. So we could say find by label text, and we'll say search. Now if you go into the Chrome developer tools and look up the input, which you can do that, you notice that it has an ARIA label of search, and that's what we can use to select the element, just like someone with a screen reader in this example would use in order to select that element. And then lastly, instead of this long string here, we'll say find by text, and the text that we're looking for is the following. And so we're looking for that text. And now our text looks a lot cleaner. And so we can run Cypress again. And we'll run our test once again, just to verify that it still works as expected. And everything still passes. Now let's do a Control-C, close out our test runner. So in summary, we learned how to write code that more closely resembles the way a user would interact with a web page by installing the Cypress testing library and changing our Cypress test code with methods from the Cypress testing library, resulting in more confidence in the tests that we created.